Well, hello, this is Kimberly Brock, and for over 20 years, I've been running my own businesses that have not only been profitable, but personally fulfilling to me. So now I'm on a mission to help other new business owners just like you make money doing what you love too. Now we're going to have some fun, so let's get started. Well, hello, this is Kimberly. It's episode 252, and I'm so glad that you're here today because we're talking about the 3 steps to lean into your purpose and actually build a successful small business. I think a lot of you out there know that you have a purpose. Maybe you don't, but you do. But you're having a hard time leaning into it. I'm going to give you these 3 tips today. I know it's going to help you and motivate you, and I'm so glad you're here. If you're new, welcome to this podcast. I have no doubt it's going to help you along your business journey, whether you're in the idea stage, whether you're starting, whether you're growing, whatever it is, you're in the right place, whether you're putting your business online, whether you are locally selling, you have a booth, a mobile store, whatever it is, you're in the right place, and I'm so happy that you're here. If you are new, you need to know, first of all, that there's ways to get plugged in and some free resources for you. So the first thing to do, since you found this podcast, is to subscribe to it. There is a little plus button if you're an Apple Podcast, for example, on the upper right, and that will just follow this podcast. So you'll get notified when I drop new episodes, and it'll kind of stay at the top of your library there of your podcast. So you'll know when I drop new episodes that I know are going to help you. Also, I've got some free goodies for you. If you are in the starting stage of your business, for example, I have a 16-step checklist to help you. If you are trying to grow your business, I have a secret podcast that's going to help you figure out how the heck to market your business effectively so that you can grow it and get to consistent sales. So I've got a handful of free goodies for you. Pick and choose what you want. If you want one thing or you want them all, it's there for you. You can see the link down below. You just go to kimberlybrock.com/free-tools. But again, the link is below. So you can just get that and grab what you need and start working on things because I know that they're going to help you. And if you have been listening a while, I want to thank you so much to all my loyal listeners. Y'all are awesome and wonderful. I want to thank you so much for the great reviews. They mean so much to me. I can't even tell you. And today, I'm going to give a shout out. I'm reading a review. I'm reading this review from J.Barmew, and this person wrote it on Apple Podcasts. Thank you so much. It's titled So Inspiring. It says, I found this podcast around 6 months ago, and I regularly come back to it when I need an uplifting message or inspiration for my new business venture. It's easy to become inundated with all the media and podcast subscriptions, but this one truly has the most valuable content if you're an aspiring business owner or you're looking to level up your current business. Not only that, the host is so kind, genuine, and sincere. Her voice and her message is very much needed for everyone, especially women. Oh my goodness. Thank you so much, J.Barmew. This was so kind. Thank you so much for taking time to write this. It means the world to me. It makes me feel so good that I'm leaning into my purpose, which is our topic today, and that it's actually valued by others. It means so much. So if you're sitting here today and you've been listening to this podcast too, and you find value in it, maybe it's inspired you, motivated you, taught you something, would you be so kind to write a written review like this? It means the world to me. And y'all, it really helps bump this podcast up in Apple Podcasts and Spotify and other players. So it shows it to more people like us who just want to build our business dreams. And I'm just so thankful, J.Barmew, for writing this sweet, sweet review. Okay, on to the episode. Hi, friends. How are you today? What is shaking with your business? What's going on? What's the updates? I need the skinny. I need to know what you're doing. I need to know what's going on. I'm just so proud of y'all. I think it's just so awesome that we get to do what we love, right? I mean, how awesome is this? That we get to build a career, whether you're doing it on the side, whether it's just a few hours a week, or it's part-time, it's half-time, it's 75% of your time, whatever it is. How fortunate are we that we get to do this? Like, I sat down today, it's a Monday morning, I sat down to work and I was like, I'm recording a podcast, and I'm just like, I'm so thankful for what I do. Like, I really am. I love this so much, and I know you do too. Today, we're talking about leaning into your purpose so you can actually build a successful small business. You have to realize that you have to lean in. You absolutely have to lean in, but it's hard. Would you agree? Like, think about things in your life that you know you need to lean into. Like, I was just thinking about my daughter is about to start her 10th grade year of school.
And I looked at her this morning. I'm like, oh my gosh, in 2 days, you're going to 10th grade. And her face just kind of went, won't, won't, won't. And I thought, oh gosh, we got to lean into this. I got to get her hyped up. You know, I was sitting there going, this is so exciting. You've got some amazing classes. You're going to learn so much this year. Oh yeah, the positive mom spin. I totally spend it, made it amazing that this year is going to be awesome. I put positive thoughts all in her head. And that's what you have to do too for your business. We're not lying. We're not fibbing. I wasn't fibbing to her. This is going to be a great year. She is going to learn a lot. She's going to make even more friends. She's going to be so proud of herself for all of her accomplishments. And it's the same with you and your business. You have to lean in to what is here and lean into your purpose because you have a higher calling. You know this, whether again, you're just starting this business for fun on the side and you just know you have more to give the world, right? Or maybe this is your full-time gig. This is it for you. This is your career. Either way, if you don't lean in, what happens? What happens if you don't actually lean into your business? You're going to waste money on things that you're buying for your business that you're not really all in with, right? You're going to waste time. Your precious, most valuable asset is your time. Doing all this, setting this up, you are going to feel like a failure if you don't lean in because things aren't going to go as planned because you're not all in. Time, money, energy, everything. And I know it's going to feel bad to your self-worth, right? That you're like, oh, I just never complete things, or I'm just not successful, or I don't have what it takes. Y'all, that's the worst part of this. And it's only because you didn't actually lean in. You didn't lean in to the purpose that you've been called for. Now, we all know this, that we've been called to a higher purpose in our lives, right? And no matter what situation you're in personally, you're called to a higher purpose. You are. You're not just supposed to be lackadaisical, going along, status quo, not achieving, not yearning for more. And I don't mean material things, but yearning for more for your life, for more meaning. I honestly believe that in our lives as a whole, what makes them so fulfilling is when we actually find meaning in what we're doing. And that's why you started this business, or maybe you're thinking about starting one. It's because you want more meaning in your life and you want to have meaning. You want to have more purpose. But how do we lean in? So today I'm going to give you 3 steps for doing this. I think this will help you. It will put it into perspective and it will help you lean in. How many times am I going to have to say it? I'm going to have to say it a whole bunch of times because some of you still won't do it. Even after listening to this, you still won't do it. And I have to ask you why. Why? Do you not believe in yourself? Do you not believe in what you can do for others? What is it? I think what we have to do is put a lot of that aside. We have to say, now is the time to lean in to my higher purpose. Okay, so here we go. First step. I think you have to identify what your purpose is first. You have to acknowledge it. You have to acknowledge this feeling that's in your soul about your purpose. Okay, so let's think about it right now. You wanted to start this business because why? You're like, okay, I'd actually like a career that I enjoy, that's fulfilling, right, and purposeful. But beyond that, why? Because you knew that you had more to give. You're like, I'm not feeling totally fulfilled. I feel like I have more to give. But why? Because you know in your soul that you have something special to offer the world. Okay, we're getting close. We know that you have something special. What are those things that you feel like you're good at or that you've been able to help people with that's been fulfilling for you when you've done it? Think about it. You've probably already done what you're doing in your business or what you're thinking about doing in your business for yourself or for someone else. You did it for free, not as a business. You just did it. It came natural to you. It was fun. You were excited. You were exhilarated. And people were like, oh my goodness, that's amazing. Thank you so much. You just made such a difference for me. Think about it. Most likely, I'm serious. Most of you have already done this for free in your life, whether it was a hobby, you did it for yourself, whether you did it with a parent, you did it with a family member, you did it with friends, you helped someone, you helped somebody who was hurting. Which brings me to my point with identifying this is, who do you have empathy for? Who do you have empathy for? I want you to sit on this with me here. I'm leaving some intentional silence. Who do you have empathy for? Because you have empathy for somebody, for some group. Maybe they're not having as much fun in their life as they should. Maybe their relationships aren't as good. Maybe their home doesn't feel as welcoming as they would like. Maybe they're not able to do a skill that they're yearning to be able to do. Or maybe you know that there's an easier way for them to accomplish XYZ. Whatever it is, you have empathy for them. That's your purpose, my friend. That's your purpose. The people you have empathy for. Who is it? If I just said, who is it that you have empathy for? Or maybe it's sympathy, because we know the difference between empathy and sympathy, right? I always remember it. Sympathy begins with an S, and it's the same as the word same. So it means it's been the same for you. You've been through it. When you have sympathy, you've been through it as well, okay? So S for sympathy, same as you. Empathy is when someone else is going through something and you haven't been through it, but you can feel their pain, like you can understand. So I actually should be saying that a lot of you have sympathy for people because you've probably been through it. If you haven't been through it, but you know an easy way for them to get through it, that's empathy, right? That's empathy. Either way, you've got sympathy, you've got empathy for a certain group of people. That's your purpose. Also, too, as a side note, I have a free guide to help you figure out your business purpose. It's called Ikigai. Ikigai. It's a Japanese term that means reason for being. If you scroll down in the show notes, you can get my free printable guide, print it out right now and start working on your business purpose. If you're maybe trying to figure out your business idea, or even if you're just starting your business and you're like, but wait, what's my actual higher purpose in this? Print out the guide. It will help you. Okay. I loved it. I used it before I started this business here. So that's step number one, is really identifying and acknowledging your purpose. And your purpose is the people that you have empathy or sympathy for. Who do you have empathy or sympathy for the most? We can have a lot of empathy and sympathy the most. That's number one. Okay, let's acknowledge and bring to the forefront the people that we want to help. Okay, so that's number one. First step for leaning into your purpose. The second step is to put your self-consciousness aside. To put your self-consciousness aside. What do I mean by this? I mean, all the junk that's going on in your head that says, I'm not good enough, I'm not smart enough, I don't have what it takes, I'm not good at marketing, I'm not good at sales, I don't know what I'm doing, I just want to create my stuff and get it out there. I'm worried what people think. Will I be a failure? Will I lose money? Will this be stupid? Will people be happy? Am I a weirdo? Do I look dumb? All of that we have to throw in the trash. We literally have to put blinders on. We have to put like these goggles on that just block out everything. It's kind of like the headphones when you put on, I don't know if y'all have AirPod Pros. I love them. They always fall out of my ear though. That's what's kind of weird. Do they fit in y'all's ear? They slip out. Anyways, but you can push a button that has noise canceling mode. Boop. Cancel the noise. All of a sudden it goes zzz, and you don't hear anything besides whatever you're playing on your phone. It's the most amazing feature. Now, it's kind of creepy though sometimes too, because you're like, wait, I can't hear ambient noise. And so it's kind of bizarre. You're almost floating. But I'll tell you when it works the best, when you're on an airplane, because you can block out that hum of the airplane and all the clinging and clanging, and you just hear what you're listening to, the audiobook, the podcast, whatever it is. Anyways, that's what we have to do. We have to cancel the noise that's all around us that's telling us that we're not good enough, that we're not smart enough, that we don't have what it takes. You have to put the noise canceling on. Just all you have to do is push the button. It's that simple. It's just stop. Because all this stuff clouds us and stops us from leaning into our purpose. It prevents us from moving forward. If we don't cancel it, we can't get to step 3. What is it? Monopoly game when they say do not pass go? Like you cannot pass. I forgot what it is. It's like it's not green. You can't go, or do not pass go. That's what it is. You can't pass go without putting the noise canceling on. So number 1 is to identify and acknowledge your purpose, the people that you know you have empathy and sympathy for. Number 2 is to block out your own noise. It's your own noise that's getting in your way. And I know you're saying, well, that's easier said than done. No, actually, it is that easy to just stop and focus, like turn it off and just go, okay, I'm in my dream world. I'm floating, like I said. You know, with the headphones, I can kind of feel like I'm floating. You're floating, and it's just you And the people you're going to serve, you're going to turn off that noise and not let it come in. You're going to block it out. It's like locking your front door. And number 3, you're going to ask yourself, what is the next step I could take right now to help somebody? What is the next step I could take right now to help somebody? Y'all, it's the easiest question in the world. And it puts everything into perspective. You're like, what can I do right now to help someone? Can I post a social media video that invites people in to something with me that talks about the issues that they may be having and how I can help them? Could I ask so-and-so to be on their podcast? Could I speak locally? Could I send out an email to my people? Could I talk to a friend who I know is struggling and just offer to help them for free or at a low rate? Anything. Y'all, there are so many ways that you could take a next step. Maybe it's just getting your website up really quick that says, I help people do this. Maybe it's creating your Instagram profile. Maybe it's creating an offer really quick, a way to help someone, a one-on-one consulting. Maybe it's a quick little course. Like, what is the quickest, easiest, most simple way that you could put yourself out there right now to help someone? What's the next action step you could take? Y'all, this is how we lean in. We lean in by knowing and having a laser target on those people that we know we are meant to serve. Number 2, we block out the noise. We turn on noise canceling and we block out our own noise and we just focus on what we're set out to do. And number 3, we ask ourselves, what is the next step I could take to help someone? This is how you lean in. Whether you've even started your business or not, this is how you lean in to your purpose. Are you hearing me? This is how you lean in. This is how you go from 0 to go. And you stop preventing yourself from using your God-given gifts and your higher calling to make a difference in this world through your business, my friends. You can do this. I'm so happy that you're here today because I know that it was meant to be. I know you were meant to hear this message because I think many of you realize you're not leaning in. You're just half doing it. You're half doing it. You're just barely showing up. You're calling it in. You're phoning a friend. You're not doing it yourself. We have to lean in if we want to build successful small businesses. And sometimes it feels hard, but it doesn't have to be hard when you use these 3 steps. I hope you write these down. I hope you keep them close because they are important to the future of your business. So that's it. If you're here today and you're like, I want to lean in and I know that I want more help for what I'm doing so that I do this right, so that I do this simply, I do it effectively, and I actually fulfill my dream of doing this, make sure you check out ways that you can work with me below. I have one-on-one coaching. I have self-study programs to help you whether you're in the idea stage or starting your business. And I have a group coaching program if you are trying to grow your business and market it without being a cringy salesperson. Okay, there's ways you can do this that feel in alignment with you. All of it aligns and should align with your personality and your God-given gifts. So reach out if you would love help along this journey. I don't want you to go about it alone, and I want you to do it right so you can actually build this dream. Please reach out to me. You can always email me too, hi@KimberlyBrock.com. So that's it. Y'all have a great day. Thanks for listening. Until next time, bye now.
Now, this episode may be over, but our relationship does not have to end here. Head on over to KimberlyBrock.com, and yes, you can get more valuable information for your journey. And you know what? You don't need to go through this alone. I would love to help you. Thank you so much, and have a great day. Bye.
Well, hello, friends. Real quick before we kick off the episode, I have to let you know about something exciting. I am seriously considering having an upgraded version of this podcast where you get bonus episodes and exclusive content. But here's the deal. I'm trying to decide what that content and those episodes should be. I do have some ideas, and I was wondering if you could vote really quick and tell me what you think about what would entice you, what would be interesting to you to get as bonus episodes on this podcast. For example, deeper dives into topics. Maybe I'm answering questions that many of you ask about starting or growing a business. Maybe even overhearing coaching calls, something like this. It would be a paid, upgraded version of this podcast, not very expensive at all, probably just a handful of dollars a month, but it be extra content for you to help you along your journey. My whole goal is to help you build your business dream. And I would love to offer you even more because some of you are asking for it. So if you could just look down in the show notes right now, there's 2 ways you can give me your answers. Number 1, I have a Google form with 5 quick questions. It can be anonymous. You just answer them and like vote on what would be interesting to you. Or number 2, I have a voice memo system. You can just click it and you could just leave a voice memo with your phone right now and just record it and tell me like what kind of topics, what things would be interesting to you behind the scenes, market news, what would be things that would be extra that would be really valuable to you. So thank you all so much. Okay, on to the episode.